wasn't using it for me. Alright. Should be working on it. I'm quiet. Why is it quiet? Hello? Why is it? Can you help? Can you talk? Yeah, I'm talking right now, but it's really loud. Is this thing happening again? No, I'm turning it back. Double check my phone. Why would you turn it? That's network stuff. Stop clicking. Hello? Is that better? No, it's still low as fuck. No, it should be working just fine. Hello? It should be working correctly. Why are the levels so low? Hello? Hello? Is that okay? Wait, that's working. That's working now. Wait, okay, wait, that was a little too loud. Is that better now? I think that's okay. It peaked a little bit, and I lowered it a tiny bit, and now it's not peaking, so we're good. Okay. No, the first time I said hello, I saw it go into red, but now I'm saying hello, and it's going to yellow, so we're good. I fixed it. I had to change a couple properties and some settings, but we're good. All right. So the fix is a customer's PC. You just turn it on one day, stop turning on. Don't know. I think it's the motherboard or power supply. I just hooked up a power supply before stream. It's not the power supply. Hey, you guys, no barking. Stop it. Sorry, dogs are barking. No, I know you made sure it doesn't peak, but I messed that up trying to fix it just now, and I refixed it to what you did. Okay. All right. Wait for a few people to funnel in here before I talk about the ITX build and why we're not messing with it today, because I said I was going to be finishing it today. I'll wait for some people to come in for that. For now, we're just going to be diagnosing and fixing this computer, get that out of the way. We'll talk about this one a little bit, and then we'll do the other build. It just depends on how much time I have. I don't want to be streaming past 10:30 tonight. So there's that. Yeah, let's get this fixed. This is just a tester GPU. It's not GPU that goes in. Let's get some figuring out here. Yeah, it's completely lifeless when I short the power pins. Completely lifeless. Let's remove any variables here. Yeah, not a single bit of movement there. Yeah, okay.
Hey, it's Sally18 just redeemed hydrate.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna disconnect everything from this board. Yes, new alerts, so I actually know when you guys do things in chat. Because for me, the music's way louder than it is for you guys. Just in my own ears, it's way louder than it is for you guys. So you guys, I needed the audio cues. Also, some of these copyright-free songs, they use like sound bites, and it like specific sounds that, I don't know, they trigger me. So if I turn that down just a smidge, is it too quiet for you guys? Because I needed it down just a little bit for me. There's just a smidge too loud. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind if it's loud, if it's music I'm enjoying, but this is background music. I don't want background music blaring in my ears. Alright, so I'm fairly certain the board is cooked, which is weird because it was brand new. Like 4 days, like 4 or 5 days ago, no, whatever. So I have another of the same exact motherboard right here. We're gonna transplant the internals onto this board and see if the issue persists. This should be fairly easy and quick repair because we're using exactly the same motherboard, which means we don't have to redo any of the cable management. We don't even have to take out the IO shield. It can stay in there. I'll have to remove USB. So we're going to take the battery off this board, put it on this one, and then we're going to unplug everything from the board, pull it out, and swap over. Alright. It's so weird that it would just randomly die on him. That's weird that it didn't announce you're fishing. Alright, that is out. Take everything off of the board. Get the keyboard and mouse out of the way. Oh my, Ryan. No, you're fine. I hope everything is good with the puppies. How many was it?
Cat Dad A just redeemed fish.
Wow. That is a lot of puppies to deal with. Damn. Good luck. It's crazy here with just 2 pups. Can't imagine 9. Alright, a trick. When the cooler is stuck, backplate's off, cooler stuck to the CPU, do not pull it. Do not pull this off. Push down and twist. Break the tension. And it'll come off without pulling the CPU out. It's a little trick. clean the paste off. Let's go ahead and get all the paste off of this cooler. We're going to transplant all the parts over to the other board. You're all good, man. Congrats on the puppies. Transplanting it all over right now. Where's the tiny screwdriver? There it is. Oh, so Kadem, if a computer is completely lifeless, no power, no flicker, literally nothing whatsoever, it's 99.99999% of the time motherboard power supply. Nothing else in the computer except for like a catastrophic failure, like, I don't know, you had dropped solder or something metal between the pins and it was physically shorting it out, like some weird one-off thing that would cause it to short. Almost every single time, if it is no power, it's always the motherboard or power supply. Because one, the motherboard or the power supply pulls power from the wall and then spreads it out to all the connections on the board, and all those connections on the board send power individually to every part. If the power supply can't send any power to the board will not react. If the board gets power and it's dead and can't send any out, nothing at all will react. But if the board and power supply work, something will happen when you press the power button. Whether a light flickers, a fan spins, something will happen in general. But it was completely lifeless. So I jumped straight to power supply or motherboard. I've never had it not be power supply or motherboard if it was straight dead. I'm very confident that this will boot up if I put it on a new board. But this box was opened, so I don't actually know if this board was new. There could have been an issue with this board, and I put it back in the box and forgot to label it. So it could also not be, that could have been my fault, but we'll find out here shortly. Because this motherboard, yeah, this motherboard was out of the plastic, sitting in the box like this. Yeah, no problem, anytime. That's another reason I do these streams. I'm happy to answer tech questions. Use some triple T's, Tim's Tech Tips. All right. We're not even going to bother putting it in the case. We're going to test it right here with his graphics card, his storage, his RAM, and his CPU, as well as his cooler. We're going to leave the power supply in the case out of the equation. And we're just going to test with my tester power supply. This is a known good power supply. I test this on all my broken PCs and whatnot, unless they're very high wattage. Then I have a 1300 watt power supply on the shelf over there, but that one's big, heavy, cumbersome, tons of wires. Just use this for the 750 will power the vast majority of computers that people have. So we're gonna slide this on over, and we're gonna put this on the test bench. As long as there's nothing wrong with this board, this should just boot straight into Windows. Unless his Windows got corrupted from whatever happened to his computer. Which would be unfortunate, but repairable. Alright. CPU, motherboard, RAM, storage, GPU, cooler, power supply. Where's my USB dongle? There it is. Dongle is in. Slide everything over. Keyboard and mouse. Those are on. This should boot straight up. Okay. See that? Power. Had no power prior. This, in theory, should just boot right into Windows and act normal. If I had the monitor on, that is. There's no RGB on this, so I don't know what it's doing at the moment. It's switching over to HDMI right now because I don't know display port last. Okay, BIOS. That's normal. Now it's going to restart. Yep, should be restarting. Yep, that's restarting. And then it's going to boot in a minute here. Because it got new hardware, so it's recognizing the new hardware. Now it should boot, I think. Yes. Recognize GPU, motherboard, BIOS, or sorry, Windows. And just like that. Do this long enough and you pick up on all the little things. You'll just memorize the cycle of it figuring its own shit out. GPU fan's not spinning as normal. It's on silent mode. The GPU is not hot enough to kick the fans on yet. Sure, he probably has a pin. Oh, pin unavailable because I swapped the motherboard, so he has to redo his pin. But that's all we were looking for, is getting into Windows. I'm certain there won't be any issues at this point, but I'm gonna go ahead and text him real quick to see if he's available. Sorry, I was texting the customer's computer. This is.
Cat Dad A just redeemed hydrate.
I shall hydrate with my LTT water bottle. Okay, he is not available at this moment. So I am going to transplant these parts into his case. Hey Roman, how you doing? We aren't finishing the ITX build today because Amazon decided to randomly, what's it called? cancel my
just redeemed Harley.
PCIe riser cable delivery that was supposed to come today. I have to find him first. He's not in his bed. I don't see him hanging around here.
Cat
I gotta find him.
just redeemed fish.
I don't know where he is, babe. Sleep. Is he in his litter box? Hi. Oh, he's going to potty. Oh, he just finished. There you are. One moment, guys. Oh, he's got. Nice. Here he is. Here's Harley. He wanted to say hi there. Would you like to get a little close-up shot, bud? Would you like the second cam on you? You started the show. Come here, bud. Oops, there's a cap on it. Hey there, bud. Oh, don't rub on the GPU, not now. Little one cat butt in the photo. Come back, bud. He's wandered off. Well, this is adorable Harley. Oh, you gave me headbutts. You're so sweet. Hope you guys enjoyed stream. Or hope stream enjoyed you. I can't even talk. Alright. Sorry, bud. Almost bonked him with the camera. Roman, if you're still in here, I did. Just the one, though. I didn't print the bigger one because, I got a hiccup. I don't actually know where the, GPU is going to sit yet because I just ordered a new PCIe, riser cable. I don't know exactly where it's still gonna be, but I did print this one. So that one fits perfectly in that gap there. I'm gonna print another one that goes right along here and then over to here. So this L-shaped section with this weird little cutout, I'm gonna fill this section with the 3D print later. But I don't know where this section of the bracket is going to end up. I think it's going to be closer, like as far over as I can get it, but it might be a little further back, so we'll see where it ends up. And I want it to line up with the IO back here. I can't measure that quite yet, but I did measure this and this came out good. And that's just friction fit in there. It's friction fit just like the IO shield is, with the little tabs all the way around the edge. This is version 1. The first one was, it didn't have enough lip on it. It didn't have a large enough lip, so it wouldn't stay in place, it would just fall out. This one has a much larger lip on it, and it's friction fit in place, real tight. So yeah, this section we cleaned up a lot by taking out the brackets and then moving the power button up here. And yeah, get my good. Yeah, I am doing one build. We're setting this build aside for the time being, the ITX. This one just got fixed, but it's not put back together yet. This is going to get put back into its case and then tidied up and set aside for the customer for tomorrow to pick up. And then I'm going to be building the Ryzen 9 and Radeon 7 builds on the left-hand side of that ITX build right there. But yeah, V1, I'm gonna trash that. I just saved it to show stream. Nice, man. This was the other ITX build I did, but the power supply was dead on it, so I gotta get a new one. This little one here. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. I'm just gonna shut it down in Windows real quick. There we go. We're gonna get the case up here. And move this out of the way, as well as the keyboard and mouse. I've never used the Johnsbow TK1. From the sounds of it, is Johnsbow pretty popular where you are? Because I rarely see Johnsbow stuff here. Because there's like a couple things, right? Johnsbow here, but like not a lot. Just a couple things on Amazon and mostly AliExpress. All right, that's all lined up. Honestly, I don't remember the name of that case. Michael, you might remember the name of that case. That ITX one with the handle? I'm gonna need to pop the GPU out of here. Yeah. Not very popular here. Don't see much of that here. There's just a couple Johnsbow cases on Amazon. And also Express too. Where do you get most of your cases from? Mine's mostly a mix of Amazon and Newegg. Also AliExpress. Oh, I was asking, do you remember, Michael, do you remember the name of that ITX case with the handle on it? Do you remember the name of it? He was saying, is it the S300 case? And I said, I do not remember. I don't remember the name of it. Just hooking up all the little stuff right now. All the boring stuff. All those wires hooked up. Yeah, like I said, this is a fairly simple build, and I'm replacing it with the exact same parts. So everything just goes back into place where it was. Pretty easy swap. I've entirely gutted the innards of this computer and swapped it over in minutes. Where is a thumb screw? There's a thumb screw. Alright, there we go. Now we can test boot this. Oh, yeah, S300 or S400 is that? Yeah, so. Michael, by the way, it was one of these Clisser? I don't know. A320M boards. That was bad. I just swapped it with the exact same one. And I'm pretty sure it'll boot up just fine. We're going to find out in just a second. Fairly certain this will just boot right into Windows like nothing ever happens. Oh, shit. Flip that back off. I didn't plug in the GPU. Also, he said that RGB was not lighting up. He wasn't sure what was up with that. I think we should grab a spare RGB remote Yeah, he's right, it isn't lighting up. I haven't done the build yet, but we did just finish up the repair. As you can see, it's working. Just one quick thing, the RGB is not lighting up. So we're going to diagnose what's up with that. I'm thinking probably just the RGB adapter came unplugged somehow. That's my theory at the moment. We're going to find out here in a second what happened. Maybe we won't. Where's it on here? Oops, we got a little wire in the cable. What? Wire in the fan. No, everything's still hooked up here. Yeah, everything's still hooked up there. Hey, Respected, how you doing? PC fan. I didn't name that. Yeah, so... Oh my god. Babe, you gotta bring me some new water. I'm almost out. They're doing good. What is up with the RGB in here? Yeah, that's weird. The RGB is not working. I'm gonna go ahead and grab another RGB adapter and see if that fixes it. Again, one, I've never seen these Chinese boards die on me, and two, I've never seen the an RGB adapter die either. So we're gonna find out if replacing this adapter fixes the lighting. Alright. Oh. Okay, we got a spare adapter.
Here's your water, sir.
Wow, the adapter died. That's weird. Huh. That's so weird. So, the RGB adapter died, and the motherboard died. That's so weird. I mean, maybe plugging it back in, maybe that reset it. No, it really did die. Does that have a loose wire? No. That's so odd. No, this isn't even connected to the motherboard. This only connects to the power supply, and the other end connects to the fans. This is completely separate from the motherboard. This motherboard doesn't have RGB on it. RGB headers. That's why we need an RGB adapter. So, I find it really weird that the RGB adapter would die. No, PSU is fine because it's powering the computer and it's powering this replacement adapter. It just didn't. They both died at the same time. It's so odd. Alright, well, we're going to shut this computer down. And then we're going to cable manage those wires I just unzip tied. And then we're going to set this aside and work on the next computer. I know, it is strange, right? I'm going to set this RGB remote aside. Michael, if you're in chat, did you see that about the... Yeah, I'm thinking maybe Brandon with the RGB. So here's my only theory on how the motherboard died. This RGB adapter went AWOL. And it sent current into the fans, and the fans sent current into the board and killed the board. That's so like one-off chance of that happening. I mean, I do deal with the weirdest problems people ever had. No, I hate Velcro ties. I hate Velcros. These suck. I never use them. Whenever you do use them, they always come undone, and then end up with like wires. Just you can't see what I'm saying. They always come undone, and then I have wires like stuck in a fan blade, bumping around a bunch of times, and all sorts of different problems. I don't like the Velcros. They always come undone. Yes, I do have a second camera. Let's whip that out. Now you can see the back. I guess we'll just set this in here, and we'll just set this aside. That's very weird. I'm gonna Sharpie on this package. Big ol' X. Oh god. Oh well, thank you, babe.
Redeemed hydrate.
She just refilled my bottle. I really do need it tonight. I'm dying. Okay. Yep, that's dead. Set that aside. Let's keep moving. Do some cable management and then set this computer aside back in its box. Customer will be picking that up tomorrow. Alright. Not much cable managing to do here. Most of it is already bundled up and set aside. You guys and your damn emotes. I want to make some tech emotes, and also want to put some GIFs on stream. Some little meme GIF things. Especially for redemptions, subs, follows. There were some subs or follows. I have a meme I want to put on there, but I don't know if I want to reveal my meme interest. Yeah, the zip ties are much more secure, I've noticed. This one? This one was a repair. This was a Ryzen 5 2600 and 2060 with 16 gigs of RAM. This is a budget build I sold a bit ago, and then he randomly started having issues, so I fixed it. I need to get me a new one of these work surface, these mats. This one is stained to death with like thermal paste and everything. Alright. Let's go ahead, pop that side panel on, and then we'll go ahead, thumb screws in there. Yeah, my pre-builds have been really slow lately. That's just how it's been lately. True. If I get my logo silk screened onto the work surface, that's actually not a bad idea. I actually might look into getting one that has a bunch of my logo on it. because then I wouldn't have to watermark my videos. Like while my live streams, there would just be like a physical watermark in the video. It can be, but you can't be someone who's easily discouraged because there will be droughts a lot. And just make sure you keep it a weekend thing. I'm hydrating myself at the moment. Refreshing. Thank you for the water, babe. It can get very discouraging when there's no sales for quite a while. But you just gotta power through it. You gotta know that sometimes people are broke. Sometimes the check hasn't hit yet.
Cat Dad A just redeemed fish.
You gotta roll with the punches. It's very erratic. I've had times where I didn't sell anything. Whoops, I threw the remote. I didn't sell anything for like a week or two. Like almost I think 2 weeks where there was just nothing whatsoever at all happening. And then right at the end of the 2 weeks, 4 sales in like 24 hours. It's so sporadic. But like the pre-builts are all over the place. Sometimes it'll be booming, there'll be tons of sales. Other times it'll be slow. Yeah. Yeah, when it rains, it pours. You're not wrong with that. Pre-builds, it all depends. Like budget builds, it's like maybe $100. But like higher end ones, it can be hundreds. It depends on what deals I get, because sometimes customers will give me their old parts for free, or sometimes they'll sell them to me for super cheap. So my profit goes all over the place. If I get a bundle deal on like eBay for like a bunch of parts at once, and it's a really good deal, you know, some builds have higher profit than others. Like around my birthday, a couple of my awesome customers gave me their old parts when I upgraded the computers for them, and I was able to get higher profit on selling a couple PCs than normal, and I was able to get myself some birthday stuff. And I really appreciate that. So like, there's like weird one-offs like that. So profits vary all over the place. I'd say never take less than 100 profit though. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time. And I don't mean that like pessimistic. I mean it literally. It's a waste of your time. Yeah, customer service is number one. You got to know how to deflect the rude people and not react. And you got to know how to capitalize on like good situations. Let's get this dead board out of the way. We'll put the dead RGB adapter in with it. Put some red X's all over this. Yeah, I would imagine so. It can definitely be. Let me get a side panel on this real quick. I just noticed that was my blood pressure. I think it's fine. I think it's alright. Not too stressed right now. At the moment. Well, what's the specs in it and what you pay for it? The looks matter too. Is it in an ugly case? Is it super dirty? Those are all factors that factor into if it's worth it or not. Alright, this PC is ready for the customer to pick up tomorrow. I'm gonna put it back in its box, and we'll move on to the next build. The styrofoam's a bit broken. I'm gonna tape it first. That is a loaded question when it comes to VRAM. You don't need as much as you think you do. Honestly, you just don't. Yeah, sure, if you're at 1440p or 4K, but a lot of people, especially like the budget builds, they're playing at 1080p, and they're not gonna saturate over 8 gigs. And if they do, they're just gonna turn down the settings. A couple minor settings changes, and you could be using under 8 gigs of VRAM. So a lot of times it's user error, honestly. Or it's dev laziness, and they let their game use up too much VRAM unnecessarily. Oh yeah. If you're multitasking, you're streaming, you need more VRAM. But here's the thing, most people aren't. Just statistically, the majority of people are not streaming. I tape the styrofoam so the styrofoam doesn't fall apart when the customer takes his computer out of it later. I'm gonna box it up. Well, here's also the other thing. The VRAM itself, the speed of it and the speed of the graphics card is way more important than the VRAM itself. Like, you can have an old RX 580 8 gig, and you can have a brand new RTX 5060 8 gig. You cannot compare those two 8 gig GPUs together. I don't know what you mean, babe, by the TikTok chat. I'm talking to everyone at once. 40 to 50 are great temps. You don't have to worry about those temps at all. You only got to start worrying about temps when they go over 80. Yeah, 5090 is pricey. Alright, let's get the ITX build out of the way here. Let's set it here for 1 second, and then we'll move the parts over and move it out of the way. So this is what we're working with. Got a power supply, motherboard. We got already some stuff pre-installed here. I'd go, I mean, either one, to be honest. Probably the WD if they're the same price. No, that's a good deal. You got a good build. For sure. You did not get ripped off. That's actually a very good deal. Also, that CPU is doesn't exist, but I think I know what you mean. Shrimp toy, hell yeah. Alright, let's get this PC off to the side. Set the GPU down nicely. We'll set this GPU down, or this whole PC real nicely in the corner over here, because this is a $1,000 graphics card. Be gentle with that. Alright. Let's get tester power supply out of here real quick. He probably means there's a secondary drive in the computer that's 3 terabyte. The boot drive is probably only 500 gig or 1 terabyte. You may have to initialize the secondary drive. When I've sold computers, I've accidentally forgotten to initialize the drive too, but it's only a couple clicks. If there is a secondary drive in there, just look up how to initialize hard drive on YouTube. There's YouTube shorts on it. There'd be like a 1-minute YouTube short on it. It'd be really easy to do. There's a couple clicks. Alright, this is bundled up. We'll set this aside. There's going to be a lot of unnecessary wires in this power supply. So what we're going to do is we're going to bundle up everything we're not going to end up using. Just going to get it out of the way now. I'm not going to use literally any Molex. Get that out of the way right away. Yeah, cat, that it's such like a small thing you can miss. Yeah. Oh my gosh, no, not the return. Like, why isn't this working? And like, oh wait, I have to initialize it.
What are you doing under work?
He's burning his head off out there. Yes, little crackheads. Alright. All of the cables we're not going to be using are now bundled up. This is the last one. We set this aside. Oh my god, I need to increase that hydrate. It's gonna make me piss myself. Alright, there we go. I know you did. Oh, wait, TikTok's doing its stupid thing where it says I'm not doing anything. There you go. Detected inactivity. Fuck. Oh, if it was a 3700X, by the way, and not a Ryzen 5 3600, that's even better of a deal. Oh, I am hydrating, by the way, off camera here. Yes, you can curve your fan speed, and it would be no problem. If they're loud, and... Oh, you want to make it lower. I mean, if you don't mind them being louder, then go right ahead. I mean, set them to 100%. It won't hurt nothing. I mean, technically, the fan bearings will die a little bit sooner than they would have if you didn't, set them super high. But if they're under 80, 90%, most of the time, they'll be fine. All right, let's get this stuff out of the way. What do we got here? We got, we need 2 PCIe cables. And we have 4 available. Damn. Alright, we're not going to use the other 2. We're going to bundle those up and set them aside. Thank you for dropping the link, babe. Appreciate it. I thought there was a link tree with all the links, but that's fine. Yeah, no, your friend is wrong. That's a good deal, trust me. That's a great PC for the price. All right, we got all the extra cables bundled up, set aside. We need the 24 pin. We need 2 PCIe cables. We need 1 CPU cable. We'll hook up the RGB adapter. Actually, it doesn't need an adapter. It has one on the case itself. So we'll just power it with one of these SATA cables. Yes, all my socials are on that one, the one link there. Oh, did you see your case while you were in here? Appreciate the sub.
Zero Stanton 3 just subscribed with Prime.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Hey, appreciate the follow as well. Hell yeah, now you got a badge. Oh, hey! Nice to see you on the Twitch chat now. Look what I did for you there. I 3D printed that for you there. I'm not going to 3D print the bottom one yet, because I don't know where the GPU is going to end up. Left or right a little bit, so I'll measure this all out with the calipers and print a grate there for it later. But I think this one came out pretty good. And it matches the aesthetic of the other side panels.
Mr. 420 just followed.
Hey, appreciate the follow. Your riser cable comes in tomorrow, so we'll set your computer aside. Seriously appreciate the sub. I just unlocked that. I'm currently in the limbo stage between non-affiliate and affiliate, so I can now have subs and emotes, but I can't receive like direct money yet. It's confusing. I'm in limbo right now. I will be affiliated soon, I guess. That's how it works. Or at least I'm in limbo right now. I will be hear my own stream. Did you close that, babe?
Yes.
Okay, we're good. Sorry about that. I heard my own stream for a second. It was doubled up. I'm glad you like the cover, though. I'll be making a similar looking one for right next to the GPU at the bottom there. Let's get this off the desk. It's just in the way right now. Let's get a cable extension kit for this too. Rather move.
Fun where you purchase products outside of TikTok to get your content to avoid.
What the hell? TikTok gave me an error message saying I was trying to make people buy things elsewhere. Screw off, TikTok. TikTok keeps whining at me. Hey, how you doing? Jägermeister 420. I am building PCs and fixing PCs and whatnot. I just fixed the computer before this, and right now I'm going to be building this computer into this case right here. I build them for a living, and I figure I might as well share the build process with my chatters and viewers and the customers as well. So you guys can, you know, watch your own builds get built and whatnot. And also just to talk to you guys. If you want to ask tech questions, I'm happy to answer them. Like, why do I only have one screw for the side panel? I don't know. I'll find another one. This one's Sama case. Sama case and a Dark Flash watercolor. What was that? Whoa! Yeah, you caught a diamond. Hell yeah!
T0 and Stanton 3 just redeemed fish.
That is a lot of coins. Or gold. It's still going! Damn. Alright, I am grabbing screws out of my little screw cup here for this this motherboard. Hi Riley, how you doing there, bud? Why you so wiggly, bud? You guys might not have to redeem Riley tonight. He wants to be in stream on his own. Would you like to come say hi to stream for a moment? He wants to say hi. Hey there, baby. Look at that handsome little face. Let me smush him. How you doing? We also have adorable pets on stream as well. You say hi? You handsome. You sniffing the camera, bud? He's wiggling. Riley. You handsome puppy. Currently nothing. It's a new game. But hopefully there'll be some things added later that I can do some cool integrations with stream. I love you, Riley. I'm going to put you on the ground now. Go play with your brother. Yeah, at the moment it's just bragging rights, and I think there's a leaderboard. Correct me if I'm wrong. But eventually, I think there'll be some cool stuff to redeem with it, but I'm not sure yet. It's still new. But there are tech-related stuff to win in the fishing game. That's what's fun about it. I put those custom things in there, and I plan on adding even more custom stuff to it later. Because there's so many fish in the game, I'll have to add a lot of tech stuff for them to start popping up as often as fish do. But you'll see all sorts of like cool tech stuff I put in there. What is there's some wires there. There we go.
Cat Dad A just redeemed fish.
Shh. I sell on my website. I sell on Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp. I don't have my pre-builts on my website at the moment,
Just redeemed hydrate.
but I do have my pre-builts on Marketplace and Facebook. I don't sell individual hardware though, only completed PCs. Custom PCs is my bread and butter. I mean, it's literally in my in the business name. I would hope that's what I do. Alright, all the motherboard screws are in, right? Oh, I was gonna say right now, but the screw slipped. Right now, there we go. Alright. We don't have anywhere to put this Type-C, but yeah. Hey, you got a VHS tape. Nice. I'll be right back, y'all. I'm gonna grab some Tums. I'm dying a little bit. Forgot the Tums. Yes, possibly. I might be having a custom water-cooled Venom PC, but the customer who wants it is a little slow to respond to me. So I'm not sure yet. We'll see if it goes through. But if it does, it's going to be a crazy build. I'll be right back, though. I am back, y'all. Let's take these standoffs off here. Well, the thumb screws. I'm really hoping the Venom build goes through. It's going to look really cool if he does end up wanting to do it. But yeah, he wants to go full custom loop everything. I run OCCT and I run a full system stress test. So 100% load on CPU, GPU, and RAM. All at once. I run it for a full hour. OCCT is a all-in-one stress test program, and you can stress test like individual parts or the full system. I mostly use OCCT for stress testing. What I used to use was a combination of way back when I used to use Heaven Benchmark, but that's not great anymore to use. You can use Furmark for the GPU, and then you can use like Cinebench or something similar for the CPU. I mean, playing a few games is fine, but I don't really have time to install games on every single PC I build. For a while, I tried doing the whole have an external drive with a bunch of games on it that you plug into every PC, but that really just doesn't work because they constantly have to be updated, and the external drive is slow. It takes so long. That stress test is way more intense than any gaming would be. Yeah, all of those are good options. I used to use Cinebench and Furmark as my combo until I used OCCT, because OCCT does everything at once. Hydrating.
T0 Stanton 3 just redeemed fish.
This build is a Ryzen 9 3900, 32 gigs of RAM, and a Radeon 7 that's going in there. Can you guys hear Cooper barking? I'm watching the audio thingy. Oh, that's fun. So fun. He's a little crackhead. Sweet and sour sauce. Oh my god, dude. Chinese food is so good. Crab Rangoon really is the best. Man, his barks do come through. That is really annoying. Cooper, do you mind shutting up, bud? It's getting late. That'd be great. PJ came in and he just looked at me like, what? Look at me like, what? You won't shut up. Alright, right now I'm running this cable through the top here. I had previously painted a section of the wire here. You see how this is white and it's very obvious? But this section is painted black and you can't see it. It's well hidden when it's right up against the motherboard. When I pull this through, bam. No more wire. Nice and hidden. Because otherwise these white wires, they're super obvious on top of the black motherboard. Oh, yeah, for sure, man. Well, dude, I started using it. I have not gone back to, what's it called? Using individual software anymore. I tried doing, like, I've done both next to each other, and I just prefer OCCT now. It's just really convenient, having it all in one software. Let's get the second camera out. Yeah, my office has the back door because it's the back room. you guys think of this build so far? Looking nice? There is one thing about this build. It's the same thing as the other build. Is I do not know what BIOS version we're going to be on. So I should have appreciated that, Cat Dad. I do not know what BIOS version we're on, so I don't know if it's going to support the CPU right out the box or if I'm going to have the BIOS update and swap it out. But we'll see. You lick my ankle. You're a sweet puppy. Yeah, I had a dog come up and lick my ankle just now. Oh, you look at my knee. You're so sweet, baby. Thank you. How you doing, bud? I got sweet pups. You're such a attention hog. Yeah, you are. Alright, front IO is just about installed. Right, you're such a attention hog. You can't be up here right now. You already got to say hi to stream once. If they redeem you, you can pop up on stream. But otherwise, I need you on the ground right now, bud. I love you. You're very sweet, bud. He has his paws up on my lap right now. Alright, let's go ahead and grab some white cable extensions for the parts here. Yeah, Josh, I got Poppy. Yeah, I could see that. It definitely can be stressful. Watch out, bud. Okay, hop down. Go play with each other, bud. These two. They're all in my they're all up in my office right now. Go play with each other, bud. Yeah, let's go get the cables. Here we go. Oh no, God. No, because then I'd have to constantly be cleaning the doggy door. Those dirty ass dogs be getting the doggy door dirty all the time. Action cam, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and hook this up like this, and I'm gonna see if I can get away with just this one cable column. Yeah, Looks like I can use just the one cable comb. Because I want to use these other ones for the GPU. This only had one PCIe cable on it. Do they all just have one PCIe cable on them? Oh. Okay, they all only have one PCIe cable. That's unfortunate. Okay. No worries. I have more.
T0 and Stanton 3 just redeemed fish.
Do that right this second. I am currently putting the cable combs across the two GPU wires. Like this. And then, what I'll do, stretch it down. We'll snip the excess. Look at that. There we go. There we go.
Soccer George 12 just followed.
Hey, appreciate the follow. How you doing, George? I'm gonna plug in these bottom cables. Then I'm gonna put the GPU in there. Let's get where is it? Here we go. There's the bottom audio cable.
Cat Dad A just redeemed hydrate.
We'll hydrate in just a moment. Alright. We got that cable plugged in. Further refreshing. Alright. There we go. Got these two screws ready. Oh, hey, George. Oh, I was just letting you know that I got the PC fixed and everything. I was just wanting to ask you what your, what's it called? What your pin was so I could get in and make sure everything was working good and how attempts were. But I was just going to ask you later if you weren't available at the time. Because it's not, like, super important. What was important was getting it fixed. The whole thing is up and working. Motherboard is swapped out. That would seem that was the issue. Boots right into Windows. Also, the RGB adapter somehow went bad as well. That's why the lighting wasn't working. My only theory on how the motherboard died is the RGB adapter just sent a bunch of current somehow from the SATA cable through the fans and then into the board, but I don't know how it wouldn't have hurt the fans. I don't know, it's currently just speculation. I don't actually know what caused it. I just know that it's fixed now. So you'll definitely be able to pick that up tomorrow. I've got to figure out a good way to get these cables under here. Let's go ahead and use the clear zip ties for this part here. Hey, no problem, man. Just glad I was able to get it fixed. No, unfortunately, I don't work on Macs. They are a whole nother thing. It's like big diesel truck engines versus normal car engines, normal gas engines, just not the same. Like same but different. I am using the clear zip ties on the white cables here so that they look better. Let's play the same song. Oh, shuffle. Let's already played this one too. There's many hours of music on here. I don't know how it ended up on the same song. don't know how I feel about those cables. Ideally, I'd want to run them under the motherboard, but it just doesn't seem to be an option. That's what we're working with. Yep. All right, let's get those wires hooked up in the back so we can see how this looks. Got the power supply in here. Just finding 4 matching screws that look to be the same color here, because there's 2 different was it silvers? See the 2 different colors? One's got a bluish hue and one's got a brownish hue to it. We need 4 of the brownish hue. Yeah, that's how much that matters to me. Yep. Let's go ahead. Put that there. Alright. That's fine. Alright, screws are in. I don't actually remember what the reasoning was for this going up here. So we're gonna put it back. Maybe not. I guess we'll just leave it there. We're just doing secure management right now. All these wires can shove down here. That's why I pre-zip tied them. I'm actually gonna move all of them for a moment so I can have better access to the RGB hub here. With the RGB hub, want to get all the RGB fans and hub and stuff set up.
It's
good as zip
18
tie.
just redeemed hydrate.
Alright, I'll hydrate in just a second. There we go.
Javier Loco 04 just followed.
Hey, appreciate the follow. Welcome in. Appreciate the follow. How's your day been? Where did I put my thing? There it is. Putting a little smudge of thermal paste off of there. Alright. Go ahead and hook up all of the cables from the power supply to the extensions. There's the PCIe cables on their extension. Get the CPU on it. Oh, it certainly can be. It certainly can be. But the end result is so worth it. Every time. And I'm gonna get all these power cables, whatnot, out of the way for a moment. Again, I'm gonna shove them back up here. While I, oop, cable got tangled in there. What I'm doing right now is shoving these cables up here is give myself access to these small wires so I can daisy chain them and get them hooked up before I stuff a bunch of the larger wires in the way. Let's get this Velcro out of here. We don't use the Velcro. How you doing, Javier? Let's get some black zip ties over here. Let's go ahead and disconnect this RGB.
Hey, it's Sally18 just redeemed.
Really, babe? Hey, if you're gonna redeem the pets, you gotta bring them to me. Alright, I got that plugged in.
There you go.
Lots of RGB connectors. A lot of RGB in this case. Yes, I do. Alright, let's get this computer out of the way. We got a little special guest. Okay.
Riley can eat that one.
Sit. Koopy. Sit. Cooper. Okay, Cooper. Sit. Sit. Cooper, you know sit. Sit. What are you doing? You're so distracted. There you go, baby. Which camera are you gonna look at? Here. Alright, back up a little bit. You're adorable. You're so funny. Poopy. Oh, you dropped it. You dropped it. Here you go, bud. You silly puppy. Your whole head's out of shot because he's off the desk the entire time. This is Cooper. He was redeemed with the points. How you doing, bud? Alright. Time up down. 3 times over. I'm gonna wash my hands, y'all. Earlier on the stream, I actually repaired the, what's it called? A customer's PC, and he was in chat. So, Let's get this computer back on. The funnest part of the build, just linear zip tying. Normally I skip this part, but I don't know. I'm gonna do a little bit on camera. I'm gonna skip to the good part here in a second. I'm gonna plug in this wire here at the bottom. If I can fish it under there. Oh my, this cable is fighting me to plug in. Wow, I'm just fighting this wire. Oh my god. I'm done. It's driving me insane too long. I'm taking the damn GPU out just to plug in the fan cable. It's been way too much time fighting this wire. Get out of the way. I don't have a Discord server yet. Maybe if this, like, you know, gets popular and everything with, like, the the live streaming and everything, and the YouTube picks up some more, maybe I'll make one. I would just rather not have a dead server. I'd rather have no server than a dead server. Sounds boring. But when I do make one, it will definitely be in the socials. If you hit exclamation point socials, that'll pop up my socials. Those are the places you can find me. Okay. This is everything important plugged in. So we're going to take all these cables from up here and we're going to shove them all down here. They're individually zip tied. Don't feel bad, Cat Dad. If I had a server, it would be dead too. Probably because I wouldn't even be talking in it myself. I'm not very good at keeping up on Discord. Let's go ahead and boot this up. Hey, you got a 9060 XT, babe. Nice. Alright, y'all. Time to boot this thing up. All right. There we go. Look at that. It's struggling with how bright it is. Just blowing out the exposure there. Let's check temps. CPU, yeah, CPU temps 30. Nice and cool. Nope, this one is a pre-built. This will be posted on my Facebook Marketplace and offer up for sale later. I have to install Windows, set up everything, take nice photos, and then post it for sale. But this build will be for sale soon. Ryzen 9 3900, 12 core CPU, 24 threads, 32 gigs of DDR4, AMD Radeon 7, 16 gigs VRAM, 2 terabyte NVMe under the GPU there, and then like a 900 watt power supply, 800 watt. That's what it was, 800 watt power supply. White cable extensions and a 360mm water cooler. Those are the specs. Yep, came out pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and end stream here. Yeah, it's been a great night. We got everything done we wanted to get done. I showed the update on the ITX build. It's off to the side over there. I showed the update on the ITX build. We fixed the broken computer for the customer, and then we built this computer. All that done in 3 hours. We got everything done. So yeah, pretty successful stream. Literally no issues throughout the whole thing. I think it went out pretty well. I'd appreciate everyone who's been here tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and see who I'm gonna raid out to. Give me 1 second, y'all.